slave. I was never a slave.
Essence Fest is whack and washed now because it's run by a bunch of Africans.
A lot of y'all ask me every year, you going to Essence? And I tell y'all every year, no. I have not been to Essence since Susan Taylor stepped down.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Receipts with Rel, and today we got to talk about the Essence Festival and how it done turned into everybody's festival, except foundational Black Americans. Yeah, I said it. Go grab your tea, go grab your beignet, and let's get into this spicy jambalaya of a situation because it got the girls fighting. The girls are tussling from New Orleans to Nairobi. Let's get into it. First off, I want to say when I say FBA, I am not referring to any specific group, cult, or anything other than people whose ancestors are from this country. That's it. That's all. Don't associate me with nothing that don't got nothing to do with me. All right? Now let's keep it moving. So boom. So for those who don't know, the Essence Festival was officially a celebration of Black American culture, especially Black women. It was for the rich Black aunties. Think soul food meets New Orleans roots, meets music empowerment and all that. It was supposed to be like our family reunion. You knew what it was when July came. Essence Festival was on. Just like you know when it's Thanksgiving and your auntie break out that tinfoil pan. Okay, y'all got it. But lately, folks have noticed a shift. This year, there was a Jollof versus Jambalaya cook-off. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't even get that out. Because this is ridiculous. It was a Jollof versus Jambalaya cook-off. Yes, a cook.
Oh, they messed up the Essence Festival. How did y'all mess up the Essence Festival? I know why. People gonna say, well, because of Target and DI. No. It's the African and Caribbean. You trying to bring African and Caribbean into Black American culture. Then you have it in New Orleans, right? Think about it. These people was trying to sell Jollof versus they were trying to have a face-off with Jollof versus Jambalaya. Come on now. How you gonna disrespect New Orleans like that, bringing Jollof there? You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't know about y'all Black people, but my grandma and granddaddy never cooked no goddamn on Jollof. People are saying, well, people don't have the money. Black Americans got money. You hear me? Don't let these folks lie to y'all think we ain't got no money to go there. Black Americans got paper. Are you seeing where Black people traveling to every other weekend? Beyonce concert, even it might be used with Afterpay, but they still going.
Baby, we went from celebrating the flavors of the South to turning this into an Iron Chef Diaspora edition. So visibly, folks online were upset. They was like, what this got to do with Essence?
So what used to be a celebration of Black American culture, the culture that is ours, the culture that we built from the ground up, the culture that Black Americans influenced the world through, has now been co-opted by some African diaspora, Pan-African, whatever, and a lot of Black people are just not feeling it. Now,
What happened to Black American heritage at Essence Fest? The culture has shifted. It no longer feels like us people. Soul food, a little gospel, a little trap, NOLA. The current CEO of Essence is a former DEI executive for Target.
Now here's where it gets tricky. People started digging around and then they found out the current owner of Essence is a woman named Caroline Wanga, which I already knew. She's Kenyan and she immigrated into the U.S. at age 10. Cool, it's nothing wrong with that. Beautiful woman, more power to you. But when folks realized the top person over this very Black American event wasn't culturally from here, it rubbed some people the wrong way. And then, of course, the Diaspora boys jumped out like, surprise, we back.
So y'all both gonna walk away? You gonna walk, okay?
Yeah, what? That's slave food. I don't do that, babe. I'm not a slave. I was never a slave. I don't know how slaves cook. I was never a slave. I know where my grandfather came from, my great-grandfather, and where all their ass came from. Your ass don't know. You
And another thing, I'm tired of having to explain to Caribbeans that black Americans have their own culture and they've been here the same amount of time as y'all been in the Caribbean. Like, no disrespect to that lady that I met last night, but I'm so tired of hearing the same, oh, y'all don't have any culture, y'all don't know where y'all come from. First of all, you don't know where you come from because you got here to the Hispaniola Islands or whatever islands that you came from, then your family and your ancestors got there 400 years ago. You know when my family got here 400 years ago? My grandmother was born on a plantation, my great-grandmother was born on a plantation, my great-great-grandmother was born on a plantation, my great-great-great-grandmother was born on a plantation. So I'm tired of having to explain to y'all that y'all got here at the same time as us. So when y'all say that y'all built your own culture, black Americans built their own culture in America the same way that you did. You just got dropped off on an island. You was a pit stop. You ain't no different from us. So stop saying that. But saying that you're from an island does not one up me. It's not the gotcha moment that you think it is. It's because y'all cultivated your own culture of music and the way you dress and the way you talk the same way that we did in the Americas. I can't stand seeing y'all saying that we don't have any culture when y'all running around my city dressed up as a fucking black cowboy. Let's be for real.
Culture means earth, motherland, Africa, originality. So yes, whatever it is, if you're African, go back to Africa and connect to your source. Thank you.
We got folks calling black Americans xenophobic for saying, hold up, can we have our culture back? Meanwhile, the people forgot the Essence brand was still very black American centered, even when it was owned by white folks. It had a church lady with a mean potato salad energy. It felt like us.
Essence was so empty. I went on the floor because it was so many extra seats.
Let's keep it a bug. Black Americans are always told to share. We're expected to open the door, pass the mic, let everybody eat at the table, and then suddenly we're the bad guy for wanting to protect our space. It's given, thanks for the seasoning, now move over, I got it from here. But why is it that when we gatekeep it's xenophobia, but when other cultures do it, it's cultural pride? Baby, make it make sense. So let's talk about that African American label. That mess been confusing people since the 80s. Everybody and their mama want to claim African American, but forget the American part means descendants of slavery, struggle, soul food, Native American Indians who were already here. Y'all know Jesse Jackson just legalized that term in the 80s. It wasn't that long ago. That was not our legal name before then. We had much worse names, but on some real shit, I really don't even know. I'm treading lightly when I say worse names. I'm going to be real with you because the term African American has caused so much division. I feel like we need a new name, y'all, and I'm not about to get all off into that on this video. We're going to have to save that for another time, but it's definitely time to take a new name to legislation. I hear some folks throwing around the word Solon, ADOS, American Indian, FBA. FBA is probably not going to fly because so many people have turned it into something else that it's not, and it's associated with things that it's not supposed to be. FBA literally just means Foundational Black American. But like I said, we're going to move along. I don't care what the name is. We just need to get on the same page, y'all. Now let's get into the logistics. People who attended this year said Essence was emptier than usual.
I'm not sure who's over Essence right now, but get somebody else to do it. Give it back to whoever used to have it. 2025 at the convention center was garbage. A lot of space, very few vendors, and I've been going to Essence a long time. I've never seen it like this. Used to be one of the best places to go to support small black businesses. That was not the case this year.
Going around the room to have one product of something. Out of all of the stations that they had set up in there, only a few of them even had people there because everything else was already wiped out. Then you got 3 tables of ladies in there doing their nails. Now, everybody coming down here are already prepared. Hair, nails. You're not coming down here thinking, I'm going to go get my nails done at the VIP experience for $150. Fuck out of here. There was nothing in there. They gave us nothing. Look at this little bitty ass bag of shit I got. Look at this. Look at this. Mind you, BeautyCon is something that goes around the country. Please believe. This is some bullshit. How you playing on people? I promise you're going to see way more women, way more people making videos just like me because I'm pissed off, bitch.
The vibes were off. And then one of the biggest gripes was a lot of the traditional New Orleans vendors, the black-owned food spots that we all love, the legacy chefs, they got shut out. A lot of small businesses are complaining. They said they was replaced by basic big chain restaurants. Girl, not y'all serving paninis at Essence. New Orleans is more than a location. It's the heartbeat of this festival. Y'all remember when they tried to have Steve Harvey hosting it out there in Houston? And he said straight up, y'all need to take this back to New Orleans. Like, when you start stripping out the culture, the soul goes with it. Then you got Target out here playing peekaboo at Essence like the boycott never happened. Now look, personally, I was impressed about Target showing up, and I'm going to tell y'all why. They probably had contracts locked in long before the controversy. You got to keep in mind the controversy just started, 4 or 5 months ago? And these contracts are locked in months, sometimes years in advance. So whenever you see these sponsors still out, don't get upset, y'all. Give it some time. Give it some time. Now, if they there next year, I know something. But it did feel tone deaf, especially when influencers like Keita Rose were there under a Target sponsorship. I'm not knocking Sis Hustle at all, but it felt weird. Just knowing what she stands for, it felt weird to see her there. But like I said, I'm not knocking your hustle. But people noticed. I ain't gonna lie. Folks was like, oh, so we not standing on business no more? But at the same time, this is why corporations bet on short memory. We be mad for 3 months and then it's back to business. Let's talk about ownership, because some are saying, well, y'all sold the festival to foreign entities. What you expect? And maybe it's some truth to that. I'm not arguing it. But even when white people own Essence Fest, it didn't lose the Black American essence. Pun intended, because the culture was respected. So let's clear something up. A lot of folks start running with this narrative that a Trinidadian woman named Susan Taylor founded Essence magazine. No, she did not. First of all, Essence magazine was founded by 4 Black American men. Susan was the chief editor, but that didn't even happen till like 10 years later. And she did her job so well, she ended up becoming the face of Essence. Shout out to her, beautiful lady. And I love everything that she's done for Essence, because regardless of her ethnicity, her ethnic Trinidadian background, she still knew how to maintain the essence of Essence. She stayed true to the Black American culture. Sis blended in. She didn't try to take over. Big difference. Black Americans ain't mad at Caribbean or African participation. Let me say that again for the folks in the back. We don't have a problem when y'all coming to the cookout. We got a problem when you trying to change the playlist, the recipes, and then act like we the guest in our own house. I'm not showing up to the cookouts to hear no Afrobeats. Baby, you better put on some Tamia and get the two-stepping, or you're going to have to see your way out. In conclusion, where does this leave us? I think Essence Festival is at a crossroads. You either return to your roots or you keep drifting until it turns into the BET Awards hosted by Whole Foods.
I didn't even watch the BET Awards. Is it on Hulu?
Foundational Black Americans deserve spaces that honor our unique journey. We're not a footnote in the diaspora. We are the culture that a lot of people eat off of. That's not arrogance. That's a fact. You can't water down the gumbo and still call it New Orleans. We don't want to see Essence turn into a cosplay event where Black American culture is just a background aesthetic. We need our elders, artists, vendors, our flavors back front and center. So anyway, y'all, that's my take. Drop your thoughts and comments down below, but keep it respectful. Do you think Essence can be saved? Was this year just a fluke, or is it a sign of the times? Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell if you love commentary with a little soul and a lot of spice. I'm going to see y'all next time.